has been a rough day. I think I know where the kid's going to be. I have a small, sinking suspicion that they probably died again. Oh, Harley. I don't know if that's Teddy or Jester at this point, and I do not want to know. Harley? You up here? Oh! Oh, that's new. That's very new. I can't believe I completely missed that. Oh my.
Hello.
Hey, this is new.
It's not mine. I'm infringing upon it.
Infringing it. Whose is it?
I think it's Teddy's.
Oh. No, they definitely won't like you infringing upon this then.
Well, they'll get over it. That's sibling rivalry for you.
Oh, well this is nice.
It
and
is.
I assume you were up here today. We missed you at
Yep.
the vote.
Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
This does kind of have Teddy vibes, not gonna lie.
I think building a heart into the wall is very Teddy-esque.
I almost don't want to touch this, but... Okay, I'm not going to touch that. In case it
So
just
diary
breaks.
set there.
Yeah, I worry if I touch it, it'll break, and if there's something in it.
I don't know if I think it's just a cosmetic block.
Okay, well, still, I'll leave it be. Alright. Well, you didn't miss much of the vote except for Scritus destroying my life, so that was fun.
Yeah, he tends to do that. For a short time, I was a little anxious around Scritus and the kind of power he had.
I wouldn't quite discount that anxious feeling just yet.
Oh no, I would. Anyway,
Why?
I noticed we haven't had a talk in a while.
Yeah, I've been really busy recently. Sorry.
It's, it's fine. I'm more worried about you than I am about myself and this kind of thing.
I appreciate the sentiment, but you really don't have to worry.
Well,
Everything's fine.
As a person who's already killed a majority of a civilization of people, I know that like life for you has to be hard, and listen, I more mean that like as your kid, I want you to know that I genuinely care about you, and that I want you to know that if there's nobody else you can confide in or talk to, or even when you feel like there's no one in this world you can trust, I'm here for you.
Who told you about the civilization part?
Told me about that.
Oh. So you too. You're just remembering things now.
I wouldn't say remembering's the right word either.
Well, what is it then?
Well, while everyone else has been remembering things, I'd say it's closer to say I'm being told them. I'm having memories, I suppose, presented to me that I recognize are mine, but it's not as if I'm remembering them by chance or coincidence, as if someone's feeding them to me intentionally because they want me to have such information. I mean...
Ollie, come with me really quickly. Okay, I'm going to need you to focus very, very hard on how these memories have been shown to you, and I'm going to need you to try and describe the way it sounds to you, okay? Just come up to the church with me. We're going into the back garden. Okay. Alright, I need you to just explain exactly what it is that you're hearing.
What? I feel like saying it's a voice wouldn't be correct because, like, I recognize what I'm being. How I'm hearing it isn't as words, I suppose, but more of a. Okay, you know, I'll make this easy. I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen how a warden reacts to its environment, sounds bouncing off of the walls to present it the information it needs?
Yes. Yes, I have. I wasn't expecting this to happen ever, but I suppose it makes sense that eventually you would start to hear the entity as well.
I mean, with all the loops, I suppose it was guaranteed that inevitably I would find out.
They just haven't done this before. I don't know what that means for us. They didn't tell me about it, so
I mean,
shit.
after nearing 30 loops, I suppose some things would happen that weren't to plan.
Yeah, but they were manageable things. They were things like players acting in unexpected ways, but still within the parameters of the game. All of this is wrong.
I don't
okay,
know.
all right.
Wrong. You see, I've felt wrong before. Back when I was just a person. Back when I was an apostate at the start. When I felt like I was being driven almost to insanity, right? I felt like a voice was talking to me that wasn't my own, but it all made sense at the time. Back then, I felt like I was crazy, right? It didn't make sense to me that I could possibly be hearing some kind of voice and that it was really there, and that I wasn't just like imagining it or so in my own insanity that I couldn't comprehend how I was the problem. But this to me, it almost feels like it's always supposed to be this way. Like I was born exactly for this reason.
Charles, no one's born for a reason, or even if they're made for a reason, you don't have to follow that reason. You can reject it. You don't need a reason from the entity. You don't I can't say these. I can't say any more than this. I'm a little worried about you, but if you remember this in the next cycle, we'll deal with it then.
Remember it in the next cycle. I don't think that'll be a problem. Mother, are you aware of, let's say, a book?
Are you asking me if I read?
No, I'm not testing your intellect here. But, I presume as a being with as much power as you have, you would understand if I'm referring to a book specifically. There's only one kind of book I could mean.
Harley, where were you today?
I think answering that question will make more problems than it solves, so...
Do you have it on you?
Not currently.
I need you to give me the book, Harley.
I don't think I can do that.
Just once this cycle, I would like a conversation to not go poorly.
Listen, it's... I told you, right? I'm the only person you can trust. I'm the only person who has nothing to gain from either being an apostate or hunter. I'm a person outside the realms of both the people who play in this game and the beings who control it. I'm the only person who serves to gain nothing from working against you, and I'd I'd say, given being your child has kind of given me the place in life I have no reason to be against you. So I think viewing this conversation as if it's going poorly is the wrong way to view it. It's just, I need you to trust that I can do the right thing, that I, another person outside the realms of this game's control, I suppose you'd say now, can make the right call.
Okay. Alright. If you're asking me to trust you, then I trust you. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm making a mistake. But I'm willing to give it a try. Just don't do anything hasty, okay?
Don't do anything you wouldn't.
Perhaps do everything I wouldn't. Well, doing what I've done has gotten us to this point, and this point isn't exactly working. Make better choices.
It's interesting, you know. This book has been well, let's say if I was, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like an intrinsic feeling, something deep down inside. I feel like if I had discovered this book and I was just a regular person, I suppose you'd say, someone who didn't have the powers, I would say you've given me, the position, the status, the blessing, the authority, I suppose I have been given as a child of yours. God, I dread to think what would happen, but it's insane. In having this in my possession, I feel like I understand almost everything. Like the entire life of the universe from start to finish, the entire, I suppose, everything across every timeline. I'm experiencing it all as one moment, 1 second, at the exact same time, and I know that if I didn't have the power I've been granted, I wouldn't have been able to comprehend it. But I suppose these status
Carly,
I have been given.
It's still dangerous. You have to focus on the moment you're actually in. Okay? I'm trusting that you can handle this because of who you are, but it's still dangerous. You don't lose sight of that. And don't lose sight of everyone else. They're not like you or Teddy or me or Jester. They still need us to stay in the moment with them. Okay?
I won't do anything to harm the people I care about. There's no reason for me to do that. With an item like this, I understand I understand that there's quite a lot of burden placed on my shoulders, and I wouldn't use that power for anything malicious, I suppose. I'm not going to use that power to ruin the lives of the people I care about. In fact, I kind of take solace in the existence of the cycle. The fact that we're all able to exist here together is, well, it's quite beautiful, and I wouldn't get rid of that for the world. I wouldn't step out of that for no good reason. But I need you to understand that from now on, the rules placed on the people that exist here, those rules don't affect me anymore. They don't control me. They don't confine me. I'd
Well,
like to...
there's still Harley, there's always rules. Even for you, even for me, there's still rules.
maybe for you. But I mean, with a power in my hands that gives me the the ability to change anything in in life to be how I see it, any rule that could stand in my way is just another door to be swung open. I, I need you to understand that I am the only person who, I suppose, has the same perspective as you. The Jester and Cat Satan in general is a being, I suppose. I don't know if I'd even refer to them as a presence of value, but they exist to inconvenience you, I suppose, in the same way as they've chosen to inconvenience me. But unlike Cat Satan and their child, I'd like to believe that we're the same.
Well, at least someone else understands the importance of the cycle. And don't let Jester and Cat Satan get under your skin too much. As much as they are a extreme pain in the ass, they are still family to some extent. And despite their meddling, at the end of the day, we still all fall under the same control. So don't get fixated on them too much. At the end of the day, there's not much they can do anyway.
I'd like you almost to take solace in the fact I'm here. I've noticed recently in experiencing all of these timelines, the when this all started, you were a lot more put together than you are now.
Well, the cycle was more put together as well, wasn't it?
I suppose you raise a fair point. I feel like the reason we are where we are now, the cycle has fallen apart in the way it has, it's all to do with you and your your headspace, how you feel right now. And that's why I want you to know I'm here. In no other timeline, nobody has ever been able to see the world from the way you see it, or kind of stand by you and say that they're a shoulder to lean on. So I'd like you to know that I'm here.
And I'm happy that you're here, but I don't want you to I don't want you to have to. It I'm happy you're here. I'm happy we've had this conversation. But when the cycle restarts, it would be best if everyone forgot. I don't want you to have to do the same things that I do.
I mean,
You're still a child. I know, I understand you're older now, I get it, but you're still always going to be a child to me, okay? It's kind of my job to look after you.
you say that you don't want me to be involved with this, but I mean, I feel like it's slightly hypocritical. I mean, you chose me, you adopted me. Inevitably, in bringing me into this world, you have to understand that at some point you won't be able to control me anymore. You've got to let me grow up. And that time is now.
I don't, I don't know how. I don't know how to do that.
I feel like you've taken the wrong message from the cycle. I feel like you're so desperate for fate to be controllable and understood and logical and repetitive, almost as if it's a proven construct that in letting me walk away from all of that, in acknowledging that I have the power to change all that, I think it scares you.
Of course it scares me. All of this is scaring me. This entire thing is designed to keep everyone safe, and it's falling apart. No matter what I do to try and put it back together, it's breaking. And I don't know what happens when it's finally all fallen apart.
Isn't that part of the fun, though? I mean,
Maybe a few cycles ago I would have thought so.
with the power both of us have together, I mean, you're able to create a loop, and I'm able to control the fate of any part of our reality as I suppose I choose. If we work together, we can fix any issue that occurs. I mean, worst case, all I have to do is rewrite the way the loop works so that it can never change, right? So
That's we shouldn't do that.
I mean, we can always rewind it after, so what's the harm in finding out?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'll get things ready. Just wait a while, okay?
You don't have to worry about that. I I've been struggling a little with the whole everything all at once thing, so I'm gonna have to figure out all of that and put my jumbled consciousness in a in a straight line before I.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Holly, are you sure you can't just give me the book?
I know I can't. Because if I do, I know that I lose my own free will. And that's what scares me more than anything else.
Right, of course.
It's just I've been stuck in this cycle for so long. And now I remember all of that. I remember how desperate I've been to look for some kind of way out, for some exit, for some solution to find a way to be free of someone else's grasp on my own existence, so that I can be myself. And now I've got my grasp on the thing that gives me that allows me to choose as I wish, to control all of this. So there's no way I'm gonna let that slip through my fingers, to let such a golden opportunity escape me.
Right. Of course. Okay. Alright, fine. Fine. We'll cement the cycle. After you get control over that, and everything will be static, but safe. That's the plan? Alright. Stay up in heaven for now. After all, you're dead, and the rules still do have some meaning. At least for now.
Do they? Mally, the rules haven't really applied to me for a while. I listen. I told you I'm on your side here, but staying up here. Why would I? I mean, as you wrote in your own rules, only the dead may reside here.
Yes, but Harley, by the game rules, you're dead. You died. You have to stay here.
But am I? Look.
Well, by the game rules, that's yes. You still.
Molly, what would happen if I just changed that? What would happen if I if I took a gamble and played around with the strings of fate a little and said that maybe I was never dead. Maybe just like that I could just walk out of here with a God, that was slightly awkward.
You
Without
really shouldn't.
Well, I mean, what's stopping
Harley,
me?
Fuck. 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 Fuck.
I really am free. Oh god. Now I just have to tackle all of this. Oh Jesus. Is this... Is this really the the fate my own mother had to go through? Every decision I make can be undone. Every 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 locked door placed in my way I can open. And no mistake I make can't be undone. So does it really matter if I don't completely have a grip on all of this? Why not find out? Why not? Why not find out?
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I legitimately miss the games. God, I can't believe I'm even thinking this, but I miss... God, I miss week 1. I miss them messing around at spawn point and fucking up my mountain, and I know they've done it before, but it was familiar and good and safe, and it was more of them making fun of my fucked up roof, and now all of this is... Hold on. Wait, hold on. Making fun of my fucked up roof. Okay, first of all, this roof is fine. I know I'm not much of a builder, but it's fine. Like, it's functional. And how did Scritus even know it was fucked up in the first place? It's fine. Like, what was he doing on my... Why have the Endermen been here? Okay, it's a little bit scuffed. I'll admit it's a little bit... That's... I didn't put that there. What's this? How? Oh god, please. Greetings, traveler. If you're reading this without remembering who wrote it, then the following message is for you, because you are the one who wrote it. Mel has wiped your memory, or at least tried. You went to talk things out, and as expected, she wiped your memory. She likely suspects she has reset things, but she has only stepped further into your plans. I know your memories come back stronger every time this happens, which is why I also know you're going to remember everything the moment you read this. Continue with the plan. You should still remember how to escape the border. Oh no, what are you doing, Scritus? What are you doing? And now that Mal's wiped your memory, she'll not notice when you slip past it. Find the wardens, study them, make them smell their own blood. Be silent, cunning, and above all, fearless. Oh no, you brought Stream into this. God damn it, I should have trapped him in bedrock. There's also a girl by the name of Streamline. She seems to be a... How did he even figure? She seems to be a denizen of the Abyss, just like Mally, just the same as she is equally deserving of your friendship. She used to be an apostate. Whether she still is doesn't matter to you. After all, just because you're a hunter doesn't mean that the apostates are against you. Figure out what the apostates are after, understand what they seek to do, observe the new apostates from a distance and study them. Remember the night of bleeding stars and start hunting, traveler. Oh, Scritus. Lonely Void Walker. I hope you won't expect to erase my memory again. You should know by now that the more you try to make me forget, the more my stubborn ass remembers. I know what you're afraid of now. I fear it too. But I still want to fight it, so join me, please. Traveler. He... Oh my god. Oh my god, it can't see. It can't... He figured it out. He... I have to go and see Scritus. But I just spoke with Harley. And Harley wants to keep the cycle. Harley wants to make the cycle stationary. Oh god, what have I done?